Hi, this is Francisco Bijan from VitaCoaching.com, and we're talking about relationships, dating for men and for women. And the topic for this video is how to stop emotional abuse in your relationship. I mean, this is a very serious topic, right? When we talk about abuse, very often you might think about, physical abuse, but the whole area or the whole space of emotional abuse is actually a very essential one. It's a very important one because there are lots of people who are trapped out there in situations of emotional abuse and they simply don't know how to get out of that. So what I want to tell you is before you even enter into a relationship, before you even go into wanting to commit yourself with somebody, you need to have a very clear set of values and how you're going to stand in this relationship. The first key word that you have to remember at all times is respect. I mean, it's very simple. Respect of the other person's freedom. It's such a simple word, but once you start applying it, and once you start realizing that this is really the key idea that you have to apply in a relationship, then it makes everything much easier. And respect, what does it mean? It means that when you're in a relationship, it does not give you the right to control the other person's life, feelings, emotions, actions, time frame, all that. When you enter into a relationship, it gives you the right to control your own life. And yes, there is a slight transfer of power, transfer of energy, but it's not a taking over. It's not like you are going to dominate your partner's life, and you are not going to let your partner dominate your life either. It's very important to remember and realize that you stay the master of your own existence. You are not giving up your life and your control and your right to decide for yourself, right? So this is one of the key ideas to remember. When you enter into a relationship, it's important to respect the other person's freedom. If you tend to be a needy person or demanding or a bit controlling or jealous, again, it's the same story but the other way around. Don't let your emotions and instincts take over and try to control the other person's life. I mean, when you love, right? You are in love with somebody. What is it that you love the most? It's their life force, their joy, their pleasure to be alive, their beauty. What happens when you start controlling and being demanding and kind of claiming the other person's life? You are killing precisely what you care for the most. That's what you are doing. It's very simple. When you are attacking the other person, you're actually destroying what you care for the most. That's the very reason why you got into a relationship in the first place, why you want to get married with that person. It is precisely because of their beauty, their freedom, their happiness in life. And when you decide to claim that person's life, when you decide to take control over that person's life, what you are doing is limiting their own life force, limiting their freedom, limiting their joy to be alive, their pleasure to be alive. So stop it straight away. This is not the way to go. You want a person to be with you because they decide to be with you, not because you are controlling them, not because you are, limiting them into locking them in within a relationship, a forced relationship with you. That's not the way it's going to work. Of course not. If you think about it, of course it makes sense. But now, why is it that it sometimes doesn't happen in your relationship or in the relationship that you see around? Sometimes it doesn't happen because there are instincts taking over. These instincts are fear, it's a fear of losing the partner, it's fear of not really having a sense of control over what goes on in your relationship. But the key quality that you have to put in place is first respect and then trust. Of course you need to trust your partner. Of course you need to look at them and say, you know what, I might not be totally in charge of what's going on in your life. I might not have control over that, but I trust that you will make the right choices. What is it to make the right choices? It means that if you commit yourself to us in a relationship, I trust that you will be grown up enough, you will be mature enough to make the right choices that are not going to hurt you or hurt our relationship. But for that I need to trust you, I need to look at you as an adult, as a full-grown human being who has the power and the responsibility to make his or her own choices. This makes sense, right? I mean, if you are right now in a relationship and this is not happening or this is not in the right balance, you can either claim back your territory, claim back your freedom and put new boundaries so that your partner respects your freedom, or if you are the one who is abusing a little bit the other person's freedom, well, look at it and say, you know what, I was going the wrong way here. I want to reinforce my respect for you and give you back the freedom that I have been taking away from you. Okay? I mean, that makes sense, right? You take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.